Hi, everyone. As you can see, I would consider myself a bit of a reader. Do I read as much as other people? No. I see a lot of people, especially like on TikTok nowadays and YouTube, where people are like, I read 100 books, or I read 200 books. I don't know if I believe those people, number one. Number two, good for them. I roughly sit at about between 30 and 50 books a year. Some of those include physical, not so much, to be honest. Majority are ebooks or Kindle, some audiobooks, and then very rarely physical books. You can see these are my books before the age of my Kindle. Um, and basically, I want to talk to you today about the importance of reading in 2026. Now, I know that people are getting back into reading, especially because of TikTok and BookTok and Bookstagram and BookTube and all of these things. And I 100% am happy that that exists. However, a lot of the books that exist nowadays are fast fashion. Does that mean all the books? No, not all of the books. There's a lot of beautiful and worthy books that are coming out. When I say worthy, I'm talking about people that are making books via AI or people that are making books that are not, edited very well. They're making it as like fast fashion, as in they just want the bottom dollar. Those are what we are currently competing with. There's a lot of the idea of quantity versus quality is in play here. And is that meant to discourage you from reading? No. If anything, reading now was more important than ever before. As a teacher, for those of you that don't know, I'm a teacher in Spain that I teach English, and it is not high school English. It is English for certification for jobs and university and things like that. And I'm seeing a lot of teenagers now. They don't know how to formulate a writing. They don't know how to process their thoughts in order to create a writing. And for me, that inherently comes down to two parts. Number one, spending way too much time on social media. That includes myself. Number two, people are now relying on AI to do all the heavy lifting for them. They don't know or want to do writing, so they just put into ChatGPT, create this writing for me. Great. If you have already passed the stage of needing to develop your critical thinking, right? So where does that leave reading? It leaves us right in the forefront. People always say to me, Aurelia, you love reading. What books do you recommend? I recommend anything and everything. It really comes down to figuring out what your preference is. My preference, majority of the time, is fantasy. I've tried to expand from that in my late 20s and into my early 30s. I really tried to expand that into nonfiction and memoirs and biographies and a little bit of um, like books like this. Any sort of book that, this is The Alchemist, by the way. Um, Books that expand my brain, um, the books that you're supposed to be reading, classics, etc. I've also tried to expand into other genres like literary fiction or romance, a bit of horror with Stephen King. There's no right or wrong way to read. The whole point of reading is to read, right? um, and you don't know what you like or what you don't like if you just sit back and not read anything. And there are so many people who don't prioritize reading, or they only prioritize one type of readings. For example, I know a couple of men who only prioritize non-fiction books and books on self-development. That's great. Um, but human civilization has been passed down through stories. It is the stories that people remember. So, personal development, I'm a huge advocate for. People that know me know that that's my jam, but there is a space for everything, right? So, the importance of reading in 2026 is fully utilizing your brain, getting in touch with your imagination, because I'm finding a lot of people that don't know in that, very quickly how to think of answers or how to, talk about a topic that they've never really thought about before. And I'm seeing this a lot as a teacher when I do the certification for English. the types of questions that come up are thought provoking. For example, just at the top of my head, why do you think that countries need to? No, let's rearrange that. What do you think countries can do to encourage more recycling at a citizen level? And a lot of my students are going, I don't know. I know that you don't know. So, but it's a number one, you have to answer the question. And number two, give yourself the space to really play with the answer. Where can that go? And if you can't tap into that imagination very quickly, I feel that people are lacking something in their lives, whether it's creativity or spontaneity or just self trust that, you do have the answer, even if you have to say, well, to be honest, I've never thought about it before, but perhaps, governments could, blah, blah, blah. So there's a variety of reasons why I feel that reading is important. The critical thinking is definitely number one, creativity, imagination, number two, and just being able to humanize as well. A lot of people don't realize the importance of reading also connects you to the human spirit and the human connection. You're reading from other people's perspective. It increases your level of empathy. You know, we people who read step into someone else's shoes and feel what another person feels. And people who don't read don't get that. And in the age of social media, where you are bombarded with images all the time of wars and political things that are going on, we are desensitized so much, and that is a very sad thing. I'm not saying that we have to be politically active and stuff like that. I'm just saying from an emotional level, desensitizing is a way of protecting ourselves and protecting our hearts 100%. But if you are too numb to a situation and you cannot empathize with another human being, we lose a bit of our humanity, you know? So that's it. That's what I think the importance of reading is now in 2026. If you have any other reasons why you think reading is important, or comparatively, maybe you disagree with me and you think that there are more important things than reading in this post COVID era, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks, everyone. Bye.